In 6 months, 80% of agencies using AI for outbound are going to be out of business. Here is why most of them don't even see it coming. I'm seeing agencies everywhere falling into this AI trap that's going to completely crush them in the coming 6 months if they don't fix it. And I'm not trying to be dramatic here. Now, I'm telling you this because our AI sales agency generated 477K last month. We're working with over 70 active clients and I've coached a lot of other agency owners. So I'm seeing this from the inside. If you're running an agency and using AI for outbound, this video might literally save your business. Because I'm going to show you exactly what the trap is, why it's killing reply rates across the entire industry, and what the winning agencies are building instead. So here is the AI trap most agencies are falling into. So usually they will scrape a bunch of leads, run them through a basic email finder, usually to find a person name, the email address, maybe a mention of something they've written on LinkedIn, and then they will blast thousands of those personalized emails. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is actually an email I received just last week. So here what you can see on my screen is an email I actually received yesterday. Here is the subject line. We are always on analyst. Hi Alex, forever chasing your team for updates only to get back spreadsheet confusion. We build real-time dashboards plus around-the-clock intelligent assistant that identifies risk before they impact your business. Work with one SaaS company leader, cut burn by 37%. Want a peek at how it runs? I will drop you a short Loom video. Talk soon, Usman. PS, for less than the cost of a junior analyst in the Americas, it runs non-stop, delivers faster insights, and never needs a break. If timing is off, just drop me a quick no and I will step back, no worries. We cannot agree that this is terrible, and here is why. Anyone on the planet could have received this exact same email and it would make sense. To me, it doesn't sound like personalization or relevance, this is just pure despair. A good cold email should be so tailored to you that no one else could receive it. And the email we just saw is a template that has probably been sent to thousands of people. And this is actually what's causing reply rates across the industry to absolutely plummet. What used to get 3 to 5% positive reply rate is now getting 0.5% or sometimes even less. I've had clients come to us who had almost 0 replies to their cold emails. And you know what the problem was? They were still sending emails from their main domain through HubSpot. So now, don't get me wrong, HubSpot is amazing as a CRM, it's great for email marketing, but terrible for cold email. They were basically guaranteeing that the emails would never land in the primary, and it was almost like a guarantee that they would land in spam. We had to learn automation the hard way too. So let me actually tell you one of our biggest mistakes early on. So we had this German client who really needed speakers for an event. So back at that time, we had one of our newest team member, Harry, that's actually now one of our greatest go-to-market engineers, that was handling the LinkedIn outreach campaign. So Harry at that time had just taken over the account from me, but he made the classic mistake, you know, when you want to send hey first name and you forget to put the bracket. Well, he launched the entire campaign. So every single message went out saying hey first name. Right after launching the campaign, Harry's taking his first holiday ever at Cold IQ, and on the first day I get this call from the client, absolutely raging at me, dropping F-bombs left and right because we made his company look ridiculous. So everyone needs to go through this once. It's the best way to learn in my opinion, but the point is when you're trying to do more volume faster, these mistakes get amplified. Here is the fundamental problem. Agencies are using AI as a speed tool instead of an intelligence tool. They think AI is about doing things faster, but the whole point of AI isn't to do things faster, it's to do things better. Being faster is just a consequence of building the right foundation. Using AI for intelligence looks like, how can I use AI to understand each prospect so deeply that my outreach becomes incredibly relevant? And here's the thing, every agency has access to the exact same tools. Clay, Instantly, N8N, they're all pretty much commodities now. The agencies that win aren't the ones with the best tools, they are the ones with the better systems. So let me show you what we actually build instead. We call it an outbound operating system. Intelligent infrastructure that learns, adapts, and compounds over time. There are actually 3 layers to this. Layer 1, deep prospect intelligence. Instead of just scraping basic LinkedIn data, we use AI to analyze everything. Recent company news, industry trends, competitive landscape, sales triggers, intent data. I will actually show you exactly how to do that inside of Clay later in the video. So we are not just scoring accounts randomly. We're using AI to filter and only target accounts that are actually worth reaching out to. It's better to send 100 highly relevant emails than 1000 generic ones. The second layer is what I call the dynamic offer creation. We don't just personalize the message, we create completely different offers based on each prospect's specific situation. For example, suppose we are targeting different types of agencies. In that case, we'll offer a lead magnet of 2000 fully enriched prospects ready to buy. We're gonna have one list for e-com agencies, one list for recruitment agencies, agencies. And so we're gonna tailor the lead magnet based on the industry of the prospect. The last and third layer is what I call the intelligent follow-up. So we build this using N8N, where AI actually syncs with calendars and can book meetings directly. The biggest mistake I see is people sending Calendly links and expecting prospects to book by themselves. This is legit the worst way to follow up with an interested lead. Instead, when someone shows interest, our AI can actually suggest specific times and handle the back and forth to actually get that meeting booked. So where does that lead us? Here is my prediction. Agencies have about 6 months before this becomes a real crisis. You're already seeing companies like AI SDR and 11x building tools that just increase email volume even more. Cold email is becoming completely saturated. And the email service providers are cracking down hard. Microsoft and Google are making it harder and harder to maintain good deliverability. Even the new era approach of buying multiple domains and spinning up multiple mailboxes per domain is getting harder to maintain. The spam filters are getting smarter, and having the right email infrastructure is becoming more complex every single month. Meanwhile, the intelligent systems are getting so good that generic AI outreach is becoming completely irrelevant and useless. Here is the good news. If you understand this shift now, you can build the right systems before your competitors do. If I were to start a new agency today, here's exactly what I would do. First, get LinkedIn Sales Navigator for list building, Clay for data enrichment, and Instantly for email outreach. But here is the key. Before you try to scale with tech and AI, do things that don't scale first. Open a spreadsheet, list your top 100 dream clients. For each one, find the perfect person to contact and manually research every piece of information that indicates that they are ready to buy. So rather than automating the whole data enrichment, do everything manually by hand. Look for recent fundings, new CMO hires, job openings for sales roles, tech stack changes, hiring sprees in marketing. Then open Gmail and send manual emails to those people. If you get 0 replies, your targeting is probably off. Don't try to scale with AI if you can make it work manually first. There is also a tool called Twain that can generate fully AI written emails based on triggers and data points. Every email is different, which helps a lot with deliverability and will probably help you get much higher reply rates. So here what I want to show you is one of our best clear workflow that actually leverage AI in the best way, and in my opinion, one of the best way to use AI applied to outbound. So here what we do is that we scrape all the post engagers of multiple people in the team that are posting a lot. So it's me, my business partner Michelle, Ivan, Sohil, Monica. So for that we use a tool called Trigify. So whenever someone is going to comment or like one of our posts, we're going to receive that information inside of Clay, and then there is going to be a series of enrichment that's going to start. So here we can see if it's a comment, the comment that they dropped on one of our posts. Then we're going to find the LinkedIn page. We're going to see the company size, the company location. Then we're going to enrich for the actual person that engaged with us. We're going to find his first name, last name, full name, job title, his location, the industry. Then we're going to do a first check. So we're going to see if it's fitting the size criteria. So here, for example, we want to look only for companies that are minimum 11 employees. Then we want to target specific countries. So here it's like mainly Europe, US, Australia, Dubai. And then here we're going to do a third validation where we want to be sure that the contact is also based in the right location. Then we're going to do a quick check, see if we actually have already that prospects in our agency database, in our accelerator. So that's our info product, making sure that the person hasn't been reached out to, if they're already present in a newsletter, if they're present in a CRM, and if they are one of our partners. If not, then we're going to continue the enrichments. We're going to find more information about the company, how many people work at that company. And then here, that's one of the first use case of AI. We use a tool inside of Clay called ClayGen. So ClayGen is some sort of AI agent to who you can ask to perform a certain research task. So here in that column, what we do is based on all the previous information, figuring out if the company is B2B or B2C. Then we also want to figure out what is the customer lifetime value of the digital product. So here we're going to ask ClayGen, you are tasked with analyzing a company and its website to determine if they have a product or service that can be sold digitally, and if that product or service likely has a lifetime value of over $1,000. You will be provided with company information and website content to make this determination. First, review the company information. So that's going to return if the company is selling high LTV product. Then we also want to figure out if there's actually another outbound lead gen agency agency. So we created a prompt for this. And then we can also do the same to figure out if it's a B2B software. Based on all of this, we're going to create like a tiering system. So tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Then once we have the right tier, we actually want to figure out what is the tier of the person at that company. So we need to figure out if it's like a decision maker, if it's like a junior person, or if it's like a senior individual in the company. Then we can see if it's contact qualified, company qualified, and if it's agency qualified, because that's the audience we want to reach out to, because that clay table is actually to promote our info product. If all the conditions are met, as you can see here, then they're going to be pushed into another clay table where we're going to actually craft the message to send them a message to offer them a consulting call to grow the AI sales agency, which is the coaching we sell inside of our info product. So here you can see a very specific use case on how to leverage AI for outbound. And in my opinion, the best way to use it is to have AI do the research and do AI to do the account scoring, which are the two best use cases for AI, in my opinion. So this is what I mean by intelligent systems. Everything connects and makes everything else work better. Look, if you're watching this and realizing that you've fallen into this trap, don't panic. It's not too late, at least not yet. The biggest misconception I see is that people try to use AI to do more, when it should be used to do things better. A human should be enhanced by AI, not replaced by volume. My team and I specialize in helping agencies build these intelligent outbound systems. The agencies we work with consistently see between 3 to 5% positive reply rates, while their competitors struggle to get even to 0.5%. If you want to explore how we could help you build one of these systems, there is a link in the description. We'll analyze your current approach and show you exactly what you need to build to stay competitive. And if this video opened your eyes to what's really happening in the AI outbound space, make sure to subscribe. I will be sharing more insight around AI and sales. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you in the next one.